Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are today with the Chairman cum Managing Director of United India Insurance Company, Mr. Tripathy. And Banking Frontiers is really getting into the next level, wherein we are really proud to meet you, sir, today because Banking Frontiers is looking at launching a magazine called Insurance Frontiers for a public sector like yours, wherein there are a lot of rumors talking about privatization, mergers, etc. But still, you could smile because you made a growth of 12. Tell me what's the secret about it?
Thank you very much. There is no great secret. We actually have stuck to the basics. And our first and foremost task was to remain focused on the business. There have been rumors for quite some time. There have been stories in the press also for quite some time. But despite all that, we have focused continuously on business and also to increase the profitable line of our business. And that has paid us rich dividends during the past year, and we will continue with the same momentum during this year also.
Right, sir. Thank you. Now, as a regulator as well as a minister, everybody is looking at the manifold growth in the Indian market. And then we are trying to be the fifth largest insurer in the country in the world. According to you, if insurance penetration has to go to that level, what are your thoughts on how do we go about as an industry?
For a country with 1.4 billion population, a penetration of 1% is really very poor. The regulator has taken it upon himself to see that all these stakeholders come together to work in a very focused manner to increase penetration. To this effect, I would say that the slew of reforms which has been floated by the regulator has been taken very well by all the insurance companies. We feel that all these things have been done with a view to increasing penetration, allowing more capital to flow into the country, and to have ease of insurance business in the country. Also, it also aims at making products more affordable to the people who are not in the higher echelons of the society. So, unless we all focus together on this aspect of increasing the insurance penetration and taking it down below to the lowest level of the society, we will not be a successful economy in the long run.
Great thought, sir. Great thought. Now, the regulator has brought in a lot of changes in the commission structure or the overall expense of management. It's going to be a good opportunity for some company, and some companies will find it very difficult. What are your thoughts on the new regulations, sir?
Yes, you have asked a very pertinent question. For years together, the companies did not have any flexibility in deciding the commission or the incentive structure. So if there is an agency which is getting us good quality of business, we are giving the same commission that to another agent who was giving us business which is not that good. But this new regulation gives us the flexibility to decide for what extent of claim experience, what kind of incentive I can give. Overall, we have to keep it within 30%, including the expenses of management. Every company is competent enough to develop its own metrics to see to what level of commission or incentives they can give to those people who bring qualitatively better and profitable business to the company. So I think to that extent this regulation was required by the industry. It was a request from the industry also to the regulator, and all the industry players are happy that this has come about at the right time.
Now, see, the agency force earlier was allowed to operate only for one company, like a life insurance, one general insurance company and a health company. But today you are having a new regulation which is allowing them. What are your thoughts? Like whether it's an opportunity or it's a threat?
No, I would say that this is definitely an opportunity.
Right.
For a company like United India, which has around 200 products, it always makes sense that you have access to more and more agents. We also have a very big agency force, but there is no harm in getting more younger workforce also to see that whether they are able to sell the products that we have. If an agent is working for a life company or a health insurance company, there is no harm in increasing the number so that you are able to sell your products to more and more people and more target those areas where you may not be having presence also. So all in all, I would say that this is a very welcome move and everyone will accept this with open arms.
While everybody feels rural insurance is not that great or whatever it is, but I look at the numbers, it speaks that you have been doing very well in terms of claims. What's what you call, I would say that secret behind the success?
See, we have a huge presence in rural areas since ages. And our products are also affordable if you look into such products which are aimed at the rural populace, whether it is cattle insurance, goat insurance, agricultural pump set, and such things which are also helpful to the farmer. You see that we have a product for everyone. Only requires that you have the right presence in such areas to sell this product at an affordable price to the people in rural areas. And we have been doing it for ages and we will continue to do it. Our focus remains the tier 2, tier 3 cities and the hinterland of the country. And because of our huge reach in these areas, we are able to penetrate such market.
InsurTech coming in a big way into the markets across the globe. How do you feel InsurTech can enable the insurance penetration in India?
I would say that the regulator also is very, very committed to see that the insurance companies remain engaged with InsurTechs. To that extent, there has been a lot of meetings with InsurTech companies with the regulator's help also. Many companies, including us also, are looking into the various technological advances and technological ammunition that is available to companies to, particularly for fraud mitigation, to approach into such areas where you find that there is a new targeted market, simplify the claim payment process, improve the TAT. In all such matters, the InsurTechs have come and their services have become very handy. Ultimately, the intention for all is to see that we make the product affordable to the last mile user, that is the insured. So if you use more and more technology that is available nowadays, I believe that the pricing of the product will become easier, it will become cheaper also to the ultimate user of the product. So to that effect, I think InsurTechs have displayed immense potential of what they can do to the non-life industries, business propositions in increasing insurance penetration and their business market share also.
Now, the moment of truth in insurance is always the claims.
Yes.
Everybody is worried more about the claims, yes, when people talk about premium, but the moment of truth comes only at the time of claims. And artificial intelligence plays a key role in that. What are United India's initiatives on that step?
I would say that we have a lot of products which are, service related things which are now totally on a digitized mode. If you have motor claims up to 75,000, you don't have any kind of human intervention in United India Insurance Company, and with the photos being uploaded, the claim is settled immediately without any delay. We also expect that going ahead, the robotic process automation system, which is coming into play in many companies and which we are also currently looking into, will simplify and will expedite the claim process in a great extent. Not only small claims, even large claims going ahead, even for health and in other areas also will go through such processes in the days ahead. Plus you have chatbots answering many of the queries and mitigating the issues which an insured may be having with the insurance company. So all said and done, a lot of such benefits which are mostly from the time gap from the date of informing the claim and the final payment of the claim will get reduced. I also expect that going ahead, such processes will be adopted by all companies, large, medium and small, so that the ultimate experience of the insured becomes much easier when there is claim from his side, his or her side.
Now the regulator has brought in the cap of 30% on the expense of management. How do you see it's going to affect the industry, and very specific to United, what is your strategy like?
I would say that it's a very much welcome change. Earlier, you did not have that kind of flexibility to decide what kind of commission or incentives you would like to give to your intermediaries. The new regulation has allowed you to be flexible in giving incentives for those people who bring better quality of business, and also to reduce it for those quality of business which is not considered good. So therefore, I would say that every company, including United India, will work out what is good for them and to pay how much commission on good quality of business to the agents and to other intermediaries. And similarly, for poor quality of business, you can reduce it significantly.
Very good, which means that you have the analytical tools in place to analyze which business is good.
Yes.
Accordingly.
Yes.
So a lot of analytical tools will come into play.
Yes.
Fine. How are our colleagues embracing technology in the organization?
I would say that a lot of improvement on technology has been done, and United India also has a very strong and robust IT department, well supported by TCS. So we do a lot of digitalized work in the sense for particularly for expediting claim settlement. We are doing it for motor claims, where we have appointed loss assessors instead of surveyors, so that on the basis of the photo that is uploaded, the claim is settled without any delay. That has allowed us to improve the TAT significantly in motor insurance claim payments. Similarly, for health insurance also, we expect that going ahead there will be tools and techniques available which will be helping us in detecting fraud.
Third-party claims is some of the huge thing. So according to you, as an industry level strategy, what is that for third-party claims?
I think we have to look into the Lok Adalat and MSCT claims which are there, and instead of delaying the settlement for years, we should look into compromise settlements at an early date.
Wonderful point, sir. Yeah.
The interest cost, if a case is dragging on for 5 years, 6 years, is very huge. So if it can be attended at the beginning and a compromise settlement can be done, then I think the motor TP will be a manageable business in the long run. Secondly, we also have to see that we have to consider the regulations that is there for allowing such compromise settlements for a PSU company. If we can allow some kind of easier way to compromise these claims before it drags on in the court, it will be much easier for us to reduce the estimates that is there in the file and reduce the overall provisioning that is there for the TP claims.
Now, while a lot of catastrophes, of course, across the globe, the climate change has brought in a lot of risks to the entire world. And in such uncertainties, the reinsurance market is hardening, especially when they are looking at an Indian risk. So your thoughts on how it's going to be?
GIC has been our lead reinsurer. If you look into this year's treaty renewals, I would say that for the treaty renewals like CAT XL, Risk XL, etc., the earlier program which was from GIC, which was basically looking into experience rating, has now changed to exposure rating. So prices will depend on what exposure you have. Despite the initial noise about the hardening of market, everything, I would say that we got a very good favorable term, and our overall cost has increased by around 14%.
Right.
And we could get significant subscription to our reinsurance program.
Very good.
It's a fact that climate change has brought about a lot of changes, and we are seeing more and more catastrophe happening globally and in India also. But I would say that the trend of hardening price will remain for some more time before it stabilizes at a certain point. In insurance and reinsurance, as you are aware, we always depend on what is the trend and how the pricing is correctly done or not.
Right.
Whatever models you may be having, to have a very accurate pricing is not always possible. Over a period of time only we will come to know whether this has been true to what has been our information and data. To that extent, I think in the Indian context, we have a reasonably good capacity available for all kinds of coverage, and United India has been getting all the required support from the reinsurers, whether it is GIC or from FRBs also.
One more thing, sir. Apart from you answered very well on the global picture as well as the Indian context, I feel that the industry academia interaction has been relatively less, which means insurance is a growing field, and there has to be a lot of industry and academia, which means what are your thoughts on that, sir?
No, I fully subscribe to that view. Considering that risk has become such a large subject right now, we don't have adequate academic interest or academic support available for people to study. I am happy to inform you that we had a collaborative seminar kind of thing here with BIMTech, where they explained to the budding graduates and students as to what courses they can have as far as risk is concerned. We have in the insurance industry two premier institutes, that is National Insurance Academy and Insurance Institute of India, imparting good quality of training. But I feel that we need to do a lot of work on this side to see that we have qualitatively better training and education available for insurance.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Seshadri. It is really a privilege.